Hey everyone, Nigel and Luke here, and welcome to another edition of Crimes of the Week.
A Florida man who went missing along with his girlfriend earlier this week has been found dead according to Seminole County Police. The body of 26-year-old Tredarius Rainey was discovered in a wooded area at Lake Jessup Park on Saturday, roughly 8 miles away from where his vehicle had been discovered days earlier. Rainey was last seen on Wednesday night with his girlfriend, 35-year-old Tiffany Nicole Church. The couple were reported missing the following day. Police say that evidence found in the abandoned vehicle suggested that the couple's disappearance was suspicious and are now investigating Rainey's death as a homicide. Investigators are still searching for Tiffany Church, who they consider to be in serious danger.
A man in North Dakota is facing felony charges after he reportedly sent death threats to his former employer and kicked in the door of his home. According to police, the incident began when 29-year-old Caleb Burchick started sending numerous Facebook friend requests to his ex-boss, which quickly got threatening when they weren't accepted. One message read, quote, "Accept my friend request or I'm going to murder you." Another said that there would be trouble if he had to get in his truck and track down the former employer. Things came to a head just a few days later when Burchick sent a message over Snapchat saying that the man's family would need a new door, after which he showed up to the property and kicked it in before entering the victim's home. Burchick was arrested on December 29th and has been charged with felony counts of burglary and terrorizing. His bond has been set at $25,000.
A shooting that took place outside of a hotel in Queens on Friday is believed to be the first homicide of 2021, according to investigators. At around 1:10 a.m. on New Year's Day, an unknown suspect shot 3 male victims, 2 of whom were 20 and 1 of whom was 40, at the Umbrella Hotel in Kew Gardens. The men had been gathered outside the building at the time of the attack. One of the men was pronounced dead at the hospital and has since been identified as 20-year-old Robert Williams. The other 20-year-old sustained non-life-threatening injuries, while the 40-year-old remains in critical condition. Police have released an image of 4 men wanted for questioning in connection with the shooting, but have so far not mentioned any suspects by name.
Police in Western France say that they busted an illegal rave at a warehouse this Saturday that attracted more than 2,500 people. The event began on New Year's Eve and had continued into the weekend, in violation of the country's coronavirus restrictions. At least 7 people have been arrested in connection with the rave, including 2 people who helped organize it. 5 additional people were arrested on drug charges, and more than 1,200 fines were also reportedly handed out. According to French media, attendees of the rave set a police car on fire and injured 3 officers with projectiles as they attempted to shut the party down.
On Wednesday, representatives from the Denver Police Department's Major Crimes Unit announced the discovery of human remains in 2 large suitcases near a trail in a southwest area of the city. According to police, workers were clearing snow from sidewalks in a residential area near Sanderson Gulch when they noticed the suitcases abandoned off the side of the road. Investigators have so far determined that the remains belong to a single person, but have not released a manner or cause of death. However, they did say that the incident is being investigated as a homicide. Police are currently trying to identify the victim, checking to see if they can find a match to any active missing persons cases. They say that there are currently no suspects in the case.
Police say that at least 8 people have been injured following a shooting at Little River Park in downtown Miami on Sunday evening. Details are still emerging in the case, but so far authorities say that the victims consist of 6 adults and 2 juveniles. According to reports, the incident began when 2 people walked up to the park and drew firearms, at which point they started shooting into a crowd of people there. Police say the attack happened near the park's basketball courts, and the suspects fled on foot. So far, no motive has been determined behind the brutal crime, and the identity of both gunmen remains unknown.
Police in Gaithersburg, Maryland released video footage this week of an armed robbery at a McDonald's location in the hopes that it will help identify the perpetrator. The incident took place at approximately 1 a.m. on December 18th when a suspect wearing a neon green jacket with reflectors and a face mask walked up to the restaurant's drive-thru window and pulled a handgun on the employee working there. The suspect then demanded cash. The video released by police shows the suspect pointing the gun at an employee as he reaches through the window and grabs the drawer from the cash register and runs away. It has not been reported how much cash was stolen.
A bizarre story was reported out of Arizona this week when a man was arrested after dozens of human body parts were found scattered in a remote area outside the city of Prescott. The remains reportedly contained several limbs and severed heads. Though police initially feared that this was the work of a serial killer, strange evidence at the scene eventually led them to a man named Walter Mitchell. Mitchell had recently closed a business called Future Gen X, a company that managed human cadavers for research purposes. The remains were first found on December 26th and reported to police. In all, 19 human limbs were recovered by investigators. Authorities began to suspect that the remains were connected to a medical institution when they found gauze-like material at the scene. Mitchell was arrested in Scottsdale on Tuesday and is now being charged with 28 counts of abandonment or concealment of a dead body. That's it for this edition of Crimes of the Week. If you enjoyed our video, don't forget to like and subscribe to Crime Zone for more true crime content like this, making sure to hit the notification bell to stay up to date with our latest releases. Thank you for watching.